Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abon. Welcome back to Local to Global with Gibraltar's Europa FC on FM22. Today is an important day in our managerial career as today we're contesting our very first trophy. It is the Pepe Reyes Cup, which is Gibraltar's Community Shield equivalent. We're taking on Lincoln Red Imps and we're going to see if we can win our first trophy of our managerial career. As always, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like in the video and leave comments. They are the best ways to support the channel. Score predictions in the comments. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then just subscribe, turn notifications on. Let's jump into the video and see if we can get ourselves our first trophy. We've got some signings as well, so a few bits to get through today. So last episode we ended our European qualification campaign as we lost 7-3 on aggregate to Azeri side Karabag. Second leg was actually pretty good away from home in Azerbaijan. We lost 4-2 but scored two really nice goals. But unfortunately that was the end of our European campaign. And we got to the, was that the third qualifying round? Yeah, the third qualifying round, which for a Gibraltarian side isn't too bad at all. As you can see, we've played through a bunch of friendlies. We're now into the end of September. And we have the Pepe Reyes Cup. We're taking on Lincoln Red Imps, who finished second in the league. Last year, Europa won the league and won the Rock Cup. So Lincoln, as runners-up in the league, are our opponents in the Pepe Reyes Cup. In transfer news, we have brought in 3 more players. Ironside and Alfie Lloyd, 2 centre-forwards that were brought in. We've added 3 more players. Starting off with Liam Bennett, a 21-year-old right-back we've signed from Cambridge United. He was on loan at Chesterfield last season, and he's a right-back who's got a little bit of speed about him, good decision-making and concentration, decent tackling and getting forward. Crossing of 9 for a right-back isn't too bad. I don't know how much he'll get forward, but yeah, needed some backup at right back, so that's what we've got. Liam Bennett is in, and he's only on £150 a week. James Morton is a centre midfielder, essentially going to be the Doug Loft of the side. He's left-footed, he's decent going forwards, so I think he's going to be a really good player for us. 14 passing, 13 technique, 12 first touch, good decision making, good work rate, a little bit of acceleration and pace about him as well. 11 and 10's fine. He's 24 and he's coming on a free transfer. Last played for Bristol City but just played 1 game for them. Hasn't had a great deal of minutes in recent years, but hopefully he can get some good playing time for us. And also in midfield we have Ryan Hansen, a 22-year-old who last played for Dover Athletic. £8,500 will be paid for him. He's more of a defensive midfielder. Thought we needed a little bit of support there, and he's all right. Very much a sort of fringe player that I don't know how useful he'll be, but he's come in, he's only on £300 a week himself, so just a few extra bodies in there to help with the numbers. And yeah, we're in a good position, I think. In terms of registration, there's no limits on squad players. The only rules for this is we have to have at least 5 players trained by Gibraltar in the playing 11, so essentially 5 homegrown players, so we'll try and do that. If things go well time-wise, we might add the first league game of the season onto this as well. Lions Gibraltar, our first league opponents, the other 3 Lions, but they play in orange. But let's have a look at what we can maybe do with this Pepe Reyes Cup side. What's wrong with that? Okay, so the quick pick's given us this. I don't think it's the ideal side. I mean, Gibson is in at right wing, and he is Gibraltarian, but he isn't very good. I mean, he's quick. And actually, he's got quite good crossing. He just doesn't really look like a sort of player that we can, you know, use every single game. So we have our 5 homegrown players. Banda is also a homegrown player that's on the bench. So we could go for him in place of Hadler. Otherwise, we've got Borge, who's a decent young striker. And then a lot of players here that aren't really going to be much good for us. That's the thing. The Gibraltarian players just aren't very good. So I'm wondering if maybe we change Hadler out for Banda for this one. And then we can remove Gibson and maybe bring someone else in for him. If we put Anthony Hernandez on the right as a winger, we'll go Charsley alongside Hernandez. James Morton not fully fit to play, so I think Charsley will play alongside Hernandez. We'll put Morton onto the bench. And I think that might be what we go for today. Kenny Morgan's also in at centre-back, and he's another Gibraltarian player that I'd really like to avoid playing. So, you know, I've signed all these players from England, and a lot of them actually aren't going to get used that often because we've got to have 5 homegrown players. So we'll try and keep everybody happy as much as we can. But yeah, having 5 homegrown players in there, it's going to be difficult. Let's just get into the game and let's see what we can do. Let's just automatically pick the numbers. Okay, let's get into the match and let's see how this goes. I'm going to try and get the Lions game in, the first game of the season as well. So we'll try and get a couple of matches in today. Let's see if we can win our first career trophy, the Pepe Reyes Cup, against, one of the only other two professional sides in Gibraltar, Lincoln Red Imps. Of course, all games being played at Victoria Stadium as well, so no home or away advantage for anyone. Let's see how this goes. Lincoln with the first chance here, maybe from the corner, headed away by Morgan, and here's Ged Garner, but that's headed away and, well, to the opposition. Here's Bernard Brito, and he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, to Turner. I don't know how this one's going to go. These are the two best sides in this division by far. That's a great ball for Hernandez, though, who's playing at right wing. Can he score? He's put it over the goalkeeper, and he does score. 8.5 minutes in. It's Lincoln Red Imps 0, Europa FC 1, and Anthony Hernandez gets the goal. Charsley with a brilliant ball here, and Hernandez gets away from the defence, controls it well, and just pops the ball over the goalkeeper. Great goal, and the first of the game, 1-0. Here he is again on the ball, 15 minutes gone, coming up on 16. Here's Bennett. Playing at right back today, one of the players that we brought in. Sergio Sanchez to Olivero, who's been poor in those European games, but, you know, we were underdogs in some of those. That's a ball for Charsley, who might be able to get a second goal. Here he does! Harry Charsley with his first of the season, and it's 2-0 with 16 minutes gone, and we're looking in a good place to win our first career trophy here. Pepe Reyes Cup. We're 2-0 up with barely 16 minutes on the clock. Things going very, very well. And Charsley gets his first Europa goal with a nice finish there. Right, we're going to go for a praise. Really good start to this game. We haven't allowed Lincoln a single shot. And we've got a corner here now with Olivero. And that's collected by the goalkeeper Turner. And he's gone long and looks for the forward but doesn't find him. Here's Anthony Hernandez, and Charsley's through again here. Could this be a third? It is 3-0. 22 minutes gone. Harry Charsley scores again. And it's 3-0. If this is how we perform against the second best side in Gibraltar, we should be walking this league no problem. We really should be, you know, hopefully unbeaten throughout the whole thing. Losing very few points. That hasn't gone well. Lincoln get a goal back with 24 minutes gone. Mustafa Yahaya gets the goal. So what happened here then? Emrani with the set piece. The defending was just not good. Yahaya had a free header there. The keeper came out and that did not go too well at all. I don't know how that can be offside. I don't know what the game's saying there. But their first shot on target, their first shot, and they score from it, from that set piece. They're playing very defensive as well. Back three with a defensive midfielder. They've got a lot of men behind the ball, it seems. But Lincoln now starting to keep the ball and looking to try and progress forward here. Emene to Lopez, and that finds Emrani, and they might get another goal here, but there's a good save by Bradley Banda. He's asking for more football because he wants to be involved in the Gibraltar national setup, so he's asking for some more football, and I have sort of been sharing the goalkeeper role between him and our other keeper in those pre-season games. But there's a slight kick up there with the set-piece goal conceded. We're 3-1 up at half-time. That's a good performance. Hopefully we can see the game through and get ourselves that trophy, the Pepe Reyes Cup. I had shoot on sight and early crosses on, I just realised, from the previous game. I didn't even change it. I haven't changed it the whole time. It worked. We won 11-0 in one of our friendlies. But this second half has flown by with no highlights. I haven't even made any substitutions. So Morgan is going to come off, the centre-back, which does mean we'll have to get another Gibraltar player on. We don't have any on the bench, so I can't take Morgan off. So all 5 of these homegrown players are going to have to stay on. Okay, I did not realise that. All right, in that case, Morton is going to replace Charsley. Ironside is going to replace Garner. And Davies is going to replace Hawks. There we go. 3 changes. Let's see how this game goes. I mean, the second half has just flown by with 0 highlights, and we're 3-1 up, so we've essentially just killed the game dead. There might be a chance for a 4th here in the 88th minute, but it's headed forward by Mayunga. Here's Emrani, and he's looking for March here, and March has got away from the defender and scored. And there might be another few minutes here, though. March with a goal, 88th minute, it's now 3-2. We were 3-0 up in this game. It would be a real shame to actually let this get away from us. March got away from the defender and meet the goalkeeper. 3-2 now. Hernandez with the ball from the throw. A fourth goal here now would absolutely kill it off. And Davis might get it, but it's headed over. But we have survived, and we have our first trophy of our career. The Pepe Reyes Cup is ours. We beat Lincoln Red Imps 3-2 to win. So here we go. We're going to see our first trophy presentation of the save of the career. I mean, it's not the most spectacular trophy we'll ever win, but we've got ourselves a trophy, and there it is. Europa FC with their first trophy. Us with our first trophy at the very least. Very happy with that. Despite conceding 2, I thought we played really well. Good performance. Very happy to get ourselves a trophy. Now we have got a long time until our next game. 21st of October is when the actual league season starts. So we've still got almost a month before that competitive match. And so I think what we'll do is this may well be a short video, but we are going to end it there. But I will do an extra video on Monday or Tuesday. That's what we'll do. And that will be playing our first 2 games of the season next time. Lions at home and then Glacis United away from home. So we're going to play our first 2 games next episode. And then after that, we'll jump ahead a few and see how things progress. Probably as we go into sort of November, December time. Yeah, probably around Christmas time, I think. There is a winter break in there as well. Of course, there are only 20 matches and then another 10 when it splits. So we'll see how things go. Or is it only 20 games? Because this is the league splits in 2 after 10. So we only have 10 games. And then it splits? So there are only 20 games in the season? Yeah, there's only 20 games in the whole thing and then 18 for the bottom 5. So we'll face every team once and then we face the other teams in the top 6 another 2 times. So there's only going to be 20 games in a season. This is really interesting setup. I thought we'd face everybody twice and then another 10 games, but it's not. It's 10 games and then the split. So it's going to be interesting to see how things go. First 10 games. I'm expecting us to win them all, honestly. How did they actually do last season? So last season, Europa lost just 1 game, and that was against St. Joseph's. That was the only game they lost last season. They only drew like 4 as well. So really, we should be walking this season. We really should. So, but yeah, it's going to be a short one today, but I will do a bonus video either Monday or Tuesday. We're going to do our first 2 games of the season, Lions and Glacis United. And then I don't know how we're going to set things up for the rest of the season because there's only 10 games and then we split. So I think really we want to try and focus on the most important games, not just, you know, play random games. Lincoln are going to be our biggest rivals, maybe Mons Calper. They're the only other professional side. So I'm not really sure how we're going to set this up. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down below and leave comments. They're the best ways to support the channel. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe, turn notifications on. We've won our first trophy of our career, beating Lincoln Red Imps in the Pepe Reyes Cup. Now we've got about another month wait before the National League season starts. And next time we'll have our first 2 games of the league, Lions and then Glacis United. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching and I will see you soon. Goodbye.